Good morning. Thank you. Good morning and welcome to the 2019 Omni Update User Training Conference. How's everyone doing this morning? All right. Well, let's get started then. For those of you I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Lance Merker. I'm the CEO of Omni Update. And it's my privilege to welcome you all to OUTC19. We are so glad you're here this week. We have so much to teach you and share with you this week. We have a huge turnout today. This is fantastic. It's nice to see so many familiar faces and some new faces as well. I know that many of you traveled quite some distance to be here this morning. And in fact, look around you. Those seated around you represent institutions from 36 states, Canada, and our customer that takes the award for traveling the furthest to be here came all the way from Dubai. Now, the reason you're all here this week, the reason you've traveled from all over the country and literally across the world, is because you're all Omni Update customers. And because this is a user conference, this week is truly all about you. You know, if you've been a customer with us for a while, you know how much we, as a company, focus on you, our customers. Not just here at the conference, but all the time. So maybe it's no surprise then that the theme of this year's conference is focusing on you. Well, I'll tell you, we believe strongly at Omni Update that to build the best products and to build a world-class support organization to support those products, we have to continually focus on you. We have to completely understand your needs. We need to understand the challenges that you face, and we need to understand what it means for you to be successful in your jobs. And then we need to take that knowledge and we need to build the best products and we need to hone our services and deliver exactly what you need to be successful using our technology. You know, just a quick little story. About 18 years ago, when we first started selling web content management systems to higher education, we learned something really important. It was pretty profound, in fact, to us. We learned that, well, frankly, colleges and universities don't buy CMS. People do. Individuals do. You do. And that aha moment changed everything for us forever. It changed the way we thought about our product development roadmap, changed the way we thought about sales and marketing, changed the way we thought about, especially, customer service and customer success. Now, we get it. We understand completely that it's the colleges and universities that pay the bills. And in fact, we understand very well that the unique needs of colleges and universities are unique and frankly different than they are for other industry verticals, and unique and different than they are for corporate America. We get that. But what we discovered is that by focusing on you, the individual digital marketing experts, the individual marketing communications experts, and the individual web development specialists, by focusing on you, rather than focusing on a requirements list put together by a well-intentioned committee representing institutional objectives, but by focusing on you, we could deliver products that people actually used and enjoy using every day. We actually realized that the more we did this, the more success we had. Surprising, isn't it? Well, of course it's not. So we've built this conference just as we've built our product from the ground up, with a focus on you, our individual customers, our customers that use our technology, that use our product every day. So that's why the theme of this year's conference is indeed focusing on you. We do that here at the conference in a couple of different ways. We do that, number one, by building an agenda, building a conference around your needs, the needs that you have to understand everything you can about this product that you've invested so much in, to get the most out of the new features and understand what's coming from Omni Update's OU Campus. So we do that in a couple different ways. One is through our 62 sessions and workshops that are available to you throughout the week here. We also do that by inviting you all to speak here at the conference as well. And I am so pleased that so many of you volunteered to speak. So thanks to all of you for doing that. I know how difficult it is to put together a presentation and then to stand up here in front of your peers and present it. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for these folks. Thank you. And we do it by ensuring that you hear directly from our team, directly from the product developers that make the product and deliver the product and service the product. So they are here as well as our partners to present the detail in the workshops and in several of the technical sessions. Let's hear it for the Omni Update folks as well. And we do that by creating an environment as best we can here at this conference to ensure that you can share and connect with others. You know, we hear it all the time at the conference that some of the biggest takeaways are those moments by which you met somebody else, one of your peers, that you learned something really important from. So if you haven't noticed, we've designed the conference to put you together as much as we can in various different ways. And you'll see that throughout the next 4 days. Take advantage of that. Make connections while you're here. Share your stories. And continue the learning long after the conference is over with us as Omni Update staff as well as with each other. All right. So we have got a huge week planned for you here at OUTC19. And for the remainder of the hour, and to set the stage for the rest of the conference, I wanted to cover 3 big topics. First, we're going to take a quick look back at everything we've done for you as a company since we last met here a year ago. Then I'll share with you what's new, some of the things that we've recently released in our product and services offerings. And then we'll take a quick look at what's next. Sound good? All right, let's get started with a quick look back. 2018 was a huge year for Omni Update as a company. Thanks to all of you, we had a record-breaking year. We broke every record in our book. It was fantastic. In fact, it was indeed our 16th year of consecutive record growth at Omni Update. Now, part of that growth comes with new customers. And since we last met here a year ago, we added 44 new college and university customers. So we had a huge year of growth. And I know many of you are here as new customers. We also, through those customers, added 5,500 new licensed users to OU Campus. So the community keeps growing and growing. The network keeps getting more powerful because of all of your knowledge and connections. In fact, today that network exceeds just over 80,000 licensed users of OU Campus. So there are a lot of you out there using our product. And you've been really busy. You've been updating a lot of content, haven't you? Indeed. In fact, 90 million pages have now been edited using OU Campus. 90 million college and university web pages. You guys have been really, really busy. There are now also over 2,700 of you registered on the Omni Update Community Network, what we call the OCN, and the LMS, the Omni Update Learning Management System that you use to train yourselves to learn to use our products. You all here in this room are just really the tip of the iceberg for all the folks back home that are using OU Campus every day. And our developers have been busy since we last met. 21 new features and enhancements have been added to OU Campus since we were here last year. And many of those new features we will be talking about today, tomorrow, and you'll be getting hands-on training in the workshops on Wednesday and Thursday. We won an award last year. I think I told you about this, the Stevie Award, that was quite nice, quite humbling. Well, I'm pleased to say we just found out that we won again. In fact, for the 6th year in a row now, we have won the prestigious Stevie Award for Customer Service Department of the Year. This is across multiple industries, hardware, software, and a lot of different services industries as well. And we're quite humbled by this. It's always nice to win an award, but this one in particular, because it goes to the right people. So the people that really take the credit for this are Dennis and his team of customer support and customer success people, our project managers, our customer trainers, our hardworking people in the support organization that handle tickets and phone calls every day, and our incredibly brilliant people who work in pro services, our developers that work in pro services and implementation, to get all of you onboarded and to help you with new modules as you add those, and if you're doing retheming of your templates, migrations, and all of the things that you do. Let's hear it for this great team. Well deserved for a 6th year in a row. Now, you all have been winning awards since we last met as well, and we've been taking notice of that as well. In fact, the EDM Awards, the Education and Digital Marketing Awards, were just recently announced, and many of you were on the list. In fact, I think 25 OmniUpdate customers were represented by these awards this year. That's pretty cool. In fact, you won 79 awards, and 36 of those were gold. So that's pretty nice. You guys have been doing a great job with your websites. Lots of different categories here, of course. It's not just about web design, it's about a lot of functionality as well. Great job to all of you. All right, I want to talk about our partners for a moment. We are privileged to work with some of the best partners in the industry. They're great because, like us, they focus on higher education, and some of them exclusively. These partners not only do a lot of work with you, but they help fill some gaps that we don't provide. We're very focused and specialized in what we do, and these partners round out the service offerings quite nicely. Some of these can be found in the marketplace. Some of these you can contract with our partners directly. If you're working on a new website design, marketing initiatives, and so much more, look to our partners first, because these are the best of the best. These are the folks that you want to work with first. And this list is growing every day. In fact, notably here in the middle of the screen, we have Lucian, who became a partner last year. We also do some primary research that I wanted to make note of here. We've been doing this now for a little over 10 years, and it's fantastic for you all to take advantage of. So it's something we call e-expectations. We've done this with our partner, Ruffalo No Levitz. And this is a fantastic study where we talk directly to college-bound high school students, and we ask them pointed questions that get under the hood a little bit about what they're really looking for on your website. The 2018 study was a perfect example of that. You can download this and some of the back issues from the OmniUpdate website and the Ruffalo No Levitz website. But this is a fantastic example of some of the benefits that you have from our partner network as we work together on projects. All right, so that's a look back. Now, let's take a look at what's new. We've got some new features that I want to talk about, some new support services that we've recently rolled out, and some things that are new in the marketplace. So let's take a look. Starting with new features. As I said, we were really busy last year, 21 new features and enhancements. I just want to share a couple of them with you. And the first is something we call global search, allowing you to find anything, anywhere, anytime. This is one of the most powerful search capabilities in any product I've ever used. It's really fantastic. We rolled this out last year. If you haven't tried this yet, I encourage you to use it extensively. It is truly phenomenal. Here's how it works. So simply up at the top, it's always there no matter what you're doing. You could be editing pages, you could be editing images, you could be moving files and folders around, you could be setting up templates. It's always there in the top. It's a little search icon. Simply click on it, and up pops a dialog box that you can type anything you want. So just simply type right here in the dialog box. Let's put in ART, for example. So what comes up? Well, we have a few categories of things. We've got some images in the top category there. The first 4 are images. Then there's text-based files, and we can scroll down and see a few more. But let's take a look at these images. We can click all and see just all the images that have either ART in the file name or start with the word ART. I can click on one of these and see a preview of it right in the search window. So I don't have to go and track it down or click through to go there and then go back to what I was doing. I can see it right here in the search results. Now, if I want to, I can also, of course, click to go directly to that image. So maybe I really do want to go to that image and begin editing it. Let's scroll down a little bit. Here we've got some text-based files. Here's some assets. So it's finding more than just files. It's also now finding assets and various different elements of the system, including users like John Hart, where ART happens to be in his name. So here we can jump directly then to a user as an administrator and begin managing his profile or his settings and so forth. You can also filter your search. So you can limit your search to specific categories of either images or text-based files or whatever you might want. Global search is fantastic. You can search anywhere, anytime, whatever you're doing in the product. It's really cool. You can search for files, images, assets, and much more. And you can preview results right in the window, which is a huge time saver. And you can navigate directly to that file and do whatever it is you wanted to do to begin with. So that's global search. And so many of you are taking advantage of this. It's fantastic. Now, second thing, something really big that we released, perhaps the biggest thing we released in the last 5 years, and we call it components. Separate content editing from design in a whole new way. We've got sessions here at the conference. We've got workshops here in the conference, in fact, about components. And we know that you have begun using components extensively throughout your sites. We were blown away by the usage, in fact, in the first couple of days when we released components last year. So if you haven't seen this yet, if you haven't started to use components yet, let me share with you what it does. Let's take a step back for a moment and think about how we edit content in OU Campus. So the WYSIWYG editor is great because you can just click on any of these green buttons for any of these areas that you've carved out as editable and go directly to those areas and see them in context with the rest of this page and edit with a WYSIWYG toolbar right across the top there. So this is great, and it works most of the time really well. But there's some cases where it doesn't work very well, and let's talk about that. So for instance, here we've got a testimonial slider. And there's various different testimonials here that use some JavaScript and rotate through and so forth. Well, that's not so easy to edit in a WYSIWYG editor, especially when there's 5 or 6 or 10 of these in this particular slider. Components makes it easy, and this is the perfect way to edit a situation like this. Let's take a look. So here we are on the beautiful Utah Valley University website. We're in the WYSIWYG editor. Let's scroll down, and what do we see on the page? Well, we've got some widgets, perhaps, design widgets that we're using. They might be sliders, they might be rollovers, you might call them widgets, what have you. But when you cursor over them, when a user rolls over them, something changes. So there's multiple parts to this, again, being controlled by JavaScript. So how do you edit that? Well, components is the way you edit this. Simply scroll down, click on this little edit button right down here at the bottom, and up pops a custom component editor that you've designed specifically for this type of widget, specifically for this component. So this is perfect. Now the users know exactly what to do. They can type in the statistic, which is that big statistic that you saw there in that card when it was displayed. UVU calls these cards on their particular website, and that's how they train people to edit. There's a description, which is right below that big statistic, and then there's the hover text that happens when the user hovers over it. So this protects your design. It ensures the sanctity of everything you've tried to do with these particular widgets in your design, and doesn't allow them to break your website effectively. So they do this in the WYSIWYG editor, but they do it gently without using tools that allow them to disrupt what you've created. You format the text after the fact, so they're not actually doing any WYSIWYG editing here, but they're in that editor environment still. They don't have to jump out to some other type of editor. It's right there in line with the WYSIWYG content. Then they click Save, and they update it, and they're done. Now on the toolbar, if you haven't noticed this already, there's a little icon up there that's new. Of course, you can add that or you can take it away. Everything in the toolbar can be added or removed based upon users or pages or both. This way they can select from components and just drop them right on the page that you've already created in the design. Components is really cool. It allows you to separate content from design in a whole new, really powerful way that you have a lot more control over and still give your users that great experience of editing in context with their website. Simplifies complex editing, propagates updates quickly across all the different components where you might use them. There's a centralized component design editor that allows you to create those fields and populate them and give the help text accordingly so they know exactly what to do when they begin using one of these components. And there's no page template modifications necessary. So you can use this without having to go back and take apart your templates. You can use it directly as you've got them today. So that's components. We know already that many of you love them. We hope that if you haven't begun using these yet, you can learn more about them here at the conference. All right, I want to talk for a moment about our new support website. We worked really hard over the last year to completely rethink and redesign exactly what you needed most in our online support documentation. So the online support site now looks like this. It's been simplified, it's been beautified, and we've done a lot of work to revamp and rewrite the content and modernize from all of our experiences that you've taught us about what you need to learn in the product. Everything that you would expect is still there. You've still got FAQs and tutorials and an archive of the Training Tuesdays and all of the things that you look for every day. But this is it. It's a lot easier to use and a lot more direct. So some examples here. We've got a simple getting started section. Learn OU Campus, great way to go through some tutorials, and a technical reference. Let's take a look at the technical reference. First of all, there's the full APIs here, access to the public GitHub. You've got the workshop files from OUTC18, soon to be the workshop files from OUTC19, and so much more, all available here at your fingertips. If you're a technical developer, this is a go-to area for a treasure trove of knowledge. Now, in the top of this page, we've got the public GitHub. And I don't know how many of you have used this, but the public GitHub is fantastic. There is so much here in the way of code starters, modules that you can implement yourself, and so much more. Something I wanted to point out that's brand new here, actually, that's really, really cool, is something that we call the WordPress migration tool. It's really a developer tool that allows you to migrate WordPress sites into OU Campus pretty easily. So let me show you what this looks like. So we're going to click here in GitHub. We're going to go directly to this project. You can download the project and you can run it. So what does this do? Pretty cool. Let me show you. So the WordPress to Omni update to OU Campus developer migration tool works like this. You've got a WordPress site. Maybe it's one of those legacy sites that you wish you could bring under content into the OU campus system. Maybe it's someone out there that you could invite in for the first time to use the product and make it so much easier for you to manage the collective. Well, how do you do that? Well, simply click on the Export XML button in WordPress and you get a wrapped up, beautiful XML file of the entire site. The magical thing here is that the tool then spits out, when you feed it in, PCF files. So OU Campus PCF files with all the editable regions tagged, with all of the different special WordPress areas tagged, and ready to go and bring into the system. So then simply zip these files up into one, upload them into OU Campus, and you've got your WordPress site integrated there, along with the navigation elements and everything separated out accordingly. This is a great way to ingest any WordPress site into a OU Campus starter template, which can be found on the public GitHub, or with a little configuration directly into your existing templates. This is really great. I encourage you to check it out, especially if you're a developer, because there's so much you can do with it, and it could be holding you back, if you don't, from getting all of your sites under management. Now, one thing to point out here is that on some of your WordPress sites, you're probably using some custom plugins. Well, this is also going to identify where those plugins are. It's going to not only identify the editable regions for the WYSIWYG editor, but it's also going to show you where the plugins were found on those pages, and even show you the content in those WordPress plugins. So you can either remove them and replace them with some other functionality that might be from an Omni Update module, or deal with it some other way if it's not a part of the design anymore going forward. So the WordPress migration tool is really cool. All right, let's talk about the marketplace for a moment. The OU Marketplace was rolled out several years ago, and it's your one-stop shop for modules, gadgets, and so much more. There's so much in the marketplace. I know some of you are taking advantage of this already, but let me remind you what this looks like and how this works. So the marketplace can be found wherever you are in the product, because at the top menu we've got the Add-ons tab. Simply click the Add-ons tab and you've got the marketplace right there. Click it and you can see all of the different modules and gadgets that we talk about here at the conference and that you might want to check out. This is constantly evolving. The gadgets are free and the modules are something that you can purchase as an addition to your OU Campus license. And there's some really powerful stuff in here, and it's changing all the time. In fact, here at the conference today, I'm pleased to announce that we've added FormStack as a new marketplace partner. I know many of you use FormStack already. It's the most powerful form editor in higher education. There's over 2,000 schools that use it now. It's fantastic. This is a great way for you to go directly into the marketplace, check out a module like FormStack, and click to request a purchase of it right there. All right, let's talk for just a moment about some new support packages that we have for you. So we have completely rethought our support packages over the last year and just recently rolled out some great enhancements to these. We have the basic support package that about half of you use today, in fact, and it's got all of the great support that you've come to know and love from Omni Update. So here you've got your basic support for all of your typical capabilities, access to the OCN and the LMS and so forth. In the standard support offering, there's so much more, though, that you can take advantage of now. We've got a number of things here that none of you have yet taken advantage of, and we'd love to share them with you here. For instance, you've got 5 hours of developer assistance built into the standard package. So this is like an extension of your technical bench. These are our primary professional service developers coming in and doing the heavy lifting for you if you want to. And each year you get 5 hours of service, along with all these other great capabilities in the standard offering. And then in the ultimate offering, there's even more. There's so much more than you get in the basic offering. Configuration and consulting services, and audit of your entire implementation every year. And take a look right here, 20 hours of developer assistance each year. So this is something that almost all of you can take advantage of now in the Ultimate support. And maybe even more exciting to all of you, take a look at this. So if you move up to Standard or Ultimate, you get free passes to this conference. Now, I don't know how difficult it is for you to acquire the funding to participate in a conference like ours, but if it is, this is a great way to come and keep it in the budget every year. So under the Standard support, you get 1 free pass to the conference each year. For Ultimate, you get 3. So those are some new support offerings. I want to talk also about our product tiers for a moment. This is something that we introduced also last year, in fact, here at the conference for the first time. Just to remind you what this is, the OU Campus product that you all use today, the core features and functionalities that we teach here at the conference, and everything that you've come to expect that's great about OU Campus is built into our core OU Campus tier. But we also have the Enterprise tier. And the Enterprise has all of that, plus it offers you 4 of our most popular modules that can only be found in the marketplace. This is OU Insights, which does a complete scan of your entire website each day or whatever period you choose, looking for broken links, misspellings. It looks for W3C errors and SEO improvements that can be made, and it packages that up and emails it to you every day. It includes emergency alerts, which you can control from a mobile device to update emergency notifications on your website. It includes OU Search, which is a fantastic search for your public website with parametric searching and all kinds of capabilities. And it includes the Email Campaign Manager, which is a simple way for you to do email campaigns. Now, we've got a couple of special offers here at the conference. Number 1, if you purchase an upgrade to OU Campus Enterprise by June 30th of this year, you will get a free upgrade to the next highest level support tier, which guarantees you a free spot at the conference next year. And second, if you refer a new customer to us and they become a new customer, you get a free upgrade to OU Enterprise. And if you're already an Enterprise customer, you can get a free upgrade to the next highest level support tier. So a couple of great specials for you here at the conference this week to take advantage of. If you want to find out more, see your account directors. They're all here this week: Mario, Michael, and Prashant. All right, let's take a look at what's next. I'm going to give you a sneak peek at some of the things that are in the roadmap that we're really excited about for this year. You ready for this? Number 1 is image size sets. Now, this is something you've been asking for a while. We're really excited about it. It allows you to create multiple preset image sizes automatically. This is great, and let me show you how it works. So for instance, you've got a web page, you've got this full-size image on that page. You're probably using that in too many places. It's not being resized or rescaled other than perhaps through HTML, and that's not quite right. You really want to have multiple images for this one. Perhaps you've done that and you've got a scaled image down here. So this might be used in a responsive website, and it might be one of the sizes that's used, or it just might simply be a resized or re-edited or recropped image. And then perhaps you've got something like this. You've got an image thumbnail of that exact same image, which is radically different in terms of its crop ratio and radically different in terms of its size, obviously. Well, this is exactly what image size sets in OU Campus was designed to do automatically for you. And here's how it works. You simply go in and, as an administrator, define the sizes that you want to use. You can give it a name, you can give it a suffix, and you can determine the size in pixels and the crop ratio that you want to use for this size. So let's say you've got a size called large, another size called medium, another size called small, thumbnail, as many of these as you would like. And then you create a set of these by selecting them and grouping them together as a set. You give it a name and you apply it to a folder. So then when anyone uploads a file to that folder, all of these sizes are automatically created. It's really that easy. Image size sets are great for you to preserve the sanctity of your design and your templates. It automatically resizes images at upload. It ensures consistency and helps users use the right image of the right size in the right place. And image sizes move automatically if you move them from folder to folder. All the associated sizes move with that original file as you move them around. So it makes it really easy to manage. And you just assign this to a folder, and then whenever someone uploads a file to that folder, it automatically does exactly what you programmed it to do, which is to create these multiple sizes. Now, I've got a sneak preview of something that is really big. Something that we don't do very often, but we're really excited about it every time we do it. Let me share with you a brief historic look at some of the major version releases of OU Campus over the years. In 2007, we released version 7 of OU Campus. This was the first major release we did that really changed the game for us, because for the first time it included XSLT 1.0, which at the time was the most powerful transformation engine we could possibly choose, and it served us really, really well. Then in 2008, we did a complete redesign of the user interface, and it was beautiful. We worked with one of our partners, in fact. Then in 2011, we released version 9, and version 9 came with a major upgrade to that engine, which is XSLT 3.0, the most powerful transformation engine today. In fact, OU Campus is really got the most powerful engine of any product out there now because of this. Then, in 2014, we released version 10. Version 10 was massive because it was a complete rebuild of the product. We completely rethought the architecture of the system. We introduced APIs for the first time, modules for the first time, gadgets for the first time, side navigation and sidebars, and so much more. This was a major upgrade. Well, here in 2019, later this year, we are going to do it again in a more gentle way with version 11. Version 11 will come out later this year as a refresh to the user experience and a few more things. This isn't as big as version 10. We're not going to take years to transition everyone into the version 11. We're going to do it in stages, in fact, in the rollout of version 11. The first iteration, the first rollout, will simply be a beautified user experience. Let me talk about what this means. This is really capturing the 18 years of experience we have talking to all of you, our customers, combined with the most modern UX expectations of your users. Now, in our design philosophy, we had 3 tenets that were important to us to carry forward. The first is that we wanted to align with evolving UX expectations without radically changing the user experience. So unlike version 10, which really did have some radical changes to it, version 11 will be a smooth and easy evolution for your users. They'll get it. Things are in the same place, but it's a much better experience for many reasons. One of those reasons is because it provides a cleaner aesthetic and more modern visual cues to guide users and help them work more efficiently in the product. And then finally, we did this because we wanted to bring the UI up to the latest WCAG 2.1 standards. So here is version 10, the product you use today. We're looking at the dashboard here, of course. We've got a few modules on the screen. We've got site analytics module and a few more things up there. What does version 11 look like? It looks like this. So much cleaner, so much easier to see what's going on and to use the product overall. Still the same information is there. You can see we've got messages across the top. We've got recently viewed and visited pages. We've got site analytics right here, directly coming from Google Analytics, configurable. The entire dashboard is still configurable, but it's so much cleaner and so much easier to use these gadgets that you set up for your users. This is just a glimpse of what version 11 looks like. We think you're going to love it. All right. Your users, I think, will get a lot better experience out of this. Training will be easier. There's going to be so much more that you can do with it going forward as well as we continue to evolve with version 11. All right, get ready for a big week. We have a huge week for you. We have got 62 sessions and workshops that include in-depth product sessions, peer-led sessions, hands-on workshops, and on Wednesday night, we have a repeat. I think this is the 4th year in a row now. We've done the OUTC Hackathon. So if you're staying for some of the technical workshops on Wednesday, you will get to learn to build things using the core APIs in OU Campus in the workshops and apply those in the Hackathon Wednesday night. And of course, we have our huge party tonight, the 5th rooftop restaurant and bar tonight. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. But before we go to break, I did actually have one more thing. You know, we don't have many traditions at Omni Update, but one we do have that is near and dear to our hearts is something that we started here at OUTC about 10 years ago. And it's something we call the Omni Update Customer of the Year Award. This is an award that goes to one of our customers, an individual, one of you, in fact, here at the conference, who exemplifies what it means to be a great partner with us and a great partner with you, the Omni Update community. And this year's winner does exactly that. This year's winner is someone who not only participates directly with us and helped us with our development of components and the rollout of components, but also with you as a participant at this conference for many years. This year's winner is well-deserving, and it goes to Mr. Daniel Neiman from West Valley College. Where is he? Come on up here, Daniel. Come on up here. Look what I've got for you.
Some swag.
First of all, I've got the coveted Omni Update varsity jacket.
Beautiful.
And there you go.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
All right. We've got a big week ahead. Thank you all so much.